name is Aaron, aka Grishno, and today we are going to watch a match on the Infernal Shrine. So as soon as this loads up, we'll get going. There we go. Fantastic. So welcome to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Aaron, aka Grishno, and this is the Infernal Shrine. Today we have Thrall, Lieutenant Morales, Raynor, Sylvanas, and Karazim versus Rhaegar, Sylvanas, Azmodan, Tychus, and Nova on the blue team. And let's see how we do. So far, everyone seems pretty good. Again, so this is going to be in quick match, which means we're not going to see the sort of top-level play that you would expect from some other commentator channels. However, I think we are going to see a really good variety of characters, sometimes with the meta, especially in pro matches and things like that. You do end up seeing a lot of people just playing the same comps over and over and over again, and with quick match you get a lot more variety. So we do have teams coming into the middle. Thrall and Nova sort of playing a little game of hide and seek here. Thrall doesn't understand that they just got seen, and Nova getting some spotting out. Sylvanas coming in, revealing the Thrall, but Sylvanas versus Sylvanas again, everyone coming in. Nova revealing herself, Thrall going up, and nothing is happening. Everyone is just gonna disengage, but it does look like Sylvanas is coming in, trying to get the Thrall, and they do destroy each other. But early game to a kill like that doesn't really matter. Seems like the teams are neck and neck in XP. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Lieutenant Morales healing up the monk. Meanwhile, Rhaegar and Tychus coming in. Tychus getting some serious damage on Lieutenant Morales, who's trying to run away and does barely escape. The monk pulling off, trying to take out the Rhaegar, but looks like sort of being pushed back a little bit here by the red team's Tychus. Meanwhile, in mid lane, we do have a stun going out on the Sylvanas, but Thrall is just going to run back and set things up. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we do have Raynor versus Azmodan. Raynor with really a beautiful skin here. This is quite pretty. Clearing the lane and pushing it in here. However, Sylvanas is coming in, getting some damage. Thrall looks like they are going to get away, but Sylvanas' curse is going to bounce around the minion wave, causing significant damage. Azmodan, meanwhile, putting in his generals and tossing out some dunks, is gonna just push this wave right through, and looks like gets maybe some damage here on the towers. Shrines have spawned on the top, and on this map specifically what you want to do is get your team all to the shrine, activate the shrine, and it's going to start spawning little minions like this. The first team to kill 40 of these minions will summon a Punisher. So it encourages team fights here. Looks like Thrall might go down here to the Tychus. Thrall does go down, leaving it as a 4v5 for the blue team. Looks like some damage is going out on Rhaegar. Rhaegar is down. That's a level up for the blue team. Both teams now on their level 4 talents, picking those. And it looks like the blue team is going to be able to hold down this shrine for now. They have 15 minions down. Azmodan trying to get some damage on the Raynor. Raynor, however, is just pushing for Nova, trying to get some damage on Nova. And now it's a 2v1 against Azmodan. And Azmodan does fall. Nova coming in, but very low health. Can she get some damage? What's she gonna do? Looks like she's just sitting here getting some sight, understanding that she cannot go in alone, at least not in the state. Thrall's gonna push out this wave. Rhaegar, it is not looking good for the red team, because it does look like with just a few more minions, the blue team is going to get the Punisher. And we do have, what kind of Punisher is this? We have an Arcane Punisher for the first Punisher of the game. Arcane Punisher is going to throw down these, you can see them, these sort of rotating laser beams, and they do significant damage to the enemy structures as well as to the enemy team whenever they hit them, so it's incredibly dangerous. And you can see that Tychus right there just going down because he was taking a lot of damage from this Arcane Punisher. Blue team is moving in. Nova tossing out some decoys in the back, being tricky, but is spotted by 2 members of the enemy team. 3 people going in. Will they be able to get Nova? Nova is sneaking around, and Raider does take out Nova. Meanwhile, Thrall is pushing this fort and is able to get it, and the Arcane Punisher pushes its way down towards the second tier of defenses for the red team. So for a first Punisher in the game, for 4 minutes in, that actually did a significant amount of damage. Looks like some of these structures may even fall, so that's 400 XP, and that is going to give a level advantage for the blue team. Blue team now pressing their advantage, coming in and trying to take a camp. Red team does see this. Sylvanas jumping away, but is it going to be enough? Taken down by the blue team Sylvanas. Meanwhile, Tychus coming in trying to get some damage, but pushed back by the grenade from Lieutenant Morales, is going to escape barely, but it does look like the blue team is going to take this bruiser camp, and that is going to help keep this top lane pushed in. Meanwhile, Azmodan in the bottom lane doing what he does, trying to push this lane out, trying to get some XP, and Thrall is, looks like splitting around, passing some chain lightning, throwing some wolves at these minion waves, trying to get some XP, trying to keep the pressure high. But we do have a team fight up at the top here, 4v4, and oh, Rhaegar goes down. That just out of position, just getting a little bit greedy. Nova is coming in from behind, might be able to get a little bit of damage. Lieutenant Morales is exposed, taking a couple shots, but that is Nova being revealed, and Raynor does see her, as well as Karazim, chasing her down to the mid lane, but it does look like she will get away. Meanwhile, Karazim coming in, they are pushing for a keep already at 5 minutes in. So this keep is already about halfway dead. That is the Sylvanas with her trait disables the enemy structures. And so she's able to prevent that from firing, letting the minion wave get unmitigated damage, as well as that bruiser camp. But it does look like the red team is coming in. They might get a kill on this Lieutenant Morales, and Lieutenant Morales does fall, even though Karazim, with a valiant effort to try and save the healer, does not get it. But this keep is just devastated. We do have another shrine coming in. Raynor already using his ultimates, because the blue team does have level 10 already versus the red team's level 8, but they might be able to get a kill on this. Oh, red team Tychus going down really close on getting a kill on that Karazim, but it just wasn't enough. Didn't have the support that they needed to get that going. Nova just hanging out here waiting for something to happen. Might actually go down here. Yeah, Sylvanas is out. It looks like that Azmodan laser, as well as some snipes from the red team's Nova, is going to take her out. Meanwhile, 4 members of the blue team are pushing their advantage here. They do have ultimates, and they are, even though they're down 1 member, they do have 23 out of 40 already, so they are getting these minions, and it looks like they're in a good position to complete this objective. Red team Sylvanas is pushing into the top structures here, trying to get level 10 desperately, but in the mid lane we do have a Mortar Punisher coming out for the blue team, and they're going to come in. The Mortar Punisher, not as good, but is pretty good at clearing out some of those waves. Just doesn't do the same sort of damage as the Arcane Punisher. But the Tychus looks like they're out of position, getting pushed by the Thrall into the corner. Will Thrall be able to get a kill here? Running in with Wind Fury, and Tychus is taken out. Meanwhile, the Punisher coming into the first tier of the red team supports, dropping some mortars, is going to get some damage on this fort here, and Azmodan trying to get some damage. Thrall pushing him out. Ultimates are coming out, getting some serious siege damage. Meanwhile, we have a wave coming in with the Azmodan's general that is going to hopefully push back for the red team, but it does look like this fort is going to go down. Blue team, nobody's dead yet, which is still pretty interesting. Azmodan is out of position, is very low. Will they go down? They do get a heal from the Rhaegar, Ancestral Healing, and that is going to be Thrall going down against the enemy Nova. Raynor has a ton of damage and is going to be taken out by Sylvanas. It looks like the blue team just got a little greedy. Morales tossing a grenade, pushing back, saying, "Don't come here." Rhaegar out of position, may go down, but Sylvanas coming in, Azmodan putting out their laser, and blue team is going to retreat with 2 dead on their team and nobody falling on the red team. That is going to help catch them up with XP, but they are still a level behind. and looks like they're going to hearth and get some XP. Meanwhile, blue team is catching some of these camps. These do some significant damage to the structures if they are not dealt with, so this is going to apply some pressure to the red team. Meanwhile, red team coming in, trying to push mid lane, trying to push down some of these forts, but not being sort of rebuffed by the blue team's Raynor. Looks like the blue team is going to clear out this middle wave. They do have the bruiser camp that is pushing with them. THRALL up here taking the bruiser camp. There's a Sylvanas here. What is going to happen? Looks like THRALL going one-on-one with the Sylvanas. Sylvanas running away, barely getting an ancestral healing, is totally topped off by the Raynor, but the blue team does come in. Sylvanas trying to work her way around the back. Blue team getting some damage on the last minion here in this bruiser camp, and looks like they are going to be able to capture this bruiser camp again, just as the shrine spawns here in the middle. And that is going to be level 13 talents for the blue team, giving them a level advantage once again going into this objective. Azmodan is already here, is using his dunk and his generals and the minion wave that is created around him to get some minions, but he only got 2. Blue team is coming in, pushing him out, and you can see the amount of minions that Azmodan creates. He just makes these huge waves, and that's really what he does. Even from there, already using his dunk to get 11 for the red team. Blue team, meanwhile, trying to make up the difference. Looks like they are matched. Red team any second is going to get their level talent, and Sylvanas is going to fall to the red team. However, significant damage has been done to the Nova, using a precision strike, trying to get some minions, and it looks like they were able to get some. Tychus, meanwhile, tossing down his laser, and that is level 13 for the red team. THRALL tossing out Asunder, taking care of the laser beam from Tychus, and doing a little bit of a stun. Azmodan is pushing in. Nova decoy is going to fall. Rhaegar, by the way, out of position, coming through the top, using an ancestral healing and barely getting away, but it does look like the red team's Raynor is going to fall, as well as the blue team's Karazim and the blue team's THRALL, leaving the red team almost uncontested entirely with 1 minion left. They killed 39 minions. Red team, meanwhile, has 38. First one to get 40 will take this Punisher, and it looks like Sylvanas trying to come in, trying to get 1 minion, but the red team does dominate in this. Sylvanas, meanwhile, not being able to escape, and that is the entire blue team down with only a Tychus death on the red team. And so they are going to push this in. Looks like they do have a frozen Punisher, which is the weakest of the Punishers. That's just bad luck for the red team. But they should be able to get this whole fort down in the bottom lane, no problem. Blue team has respawned, is coming down, is working their way in to defend. Raynor coming in, throwing down his Hyperion, but it's too late. The fort has already fallen. THRALL throwing down Asunder, trying to push this back. Looks like trying to get some damage in. THRALL, meanwhile, going in on the enemy team and just being destroyed. 2v1, looks like the rest of the blue team was focused on the Punisher. Nova getting some damage on the second tier structures here, and that is being pushed in. Meanwhile, we have a Sylvanas and a Tychus pushing in top, taking down possibly the entire top. We'll see if the blue team is able to come and defend, but they are a whole person down and still all in the bottom lane trying to defend against that. So they do have a Nova. They did find the Nova. Looks like they did kill her. Sorry, I wasn't able to show that on camera. But they also lost the fort at the top. So that is 2 forts lost to that Punisher. And that does give the red team the level advantage. They are level 17 now to the blue team 16. Blue team, at the same time, is going to get some of the bruiser camps, or these are the siege camps that are sitting around the map. And Tychus, meanwhile, is just out of position here, pushing in this lane, does not see the THRALL, who is getting this bruiser camp. Look, are they going to be able to flank him? Raynor coming in, getting some damage on Tychus, but he does use his boosters to get away. Karazim, meanwhile, might be able to get in, but is taking some damage from him. Will they be able to get Tychus? Coming in, Tychus just barely gets away. Sylvanas using her Wailing Arrow to silence, getting some damage here. 7-sided strike does come out, pushing her back. THRALL missing his thunder, and full heals from the Rhaegar for the Sylvanas. Stun trying to come out, but it does get missed. Sylvanas is very low. Hyperion is out. Nova Precision Strike does happen, but everyone seems to miss it. Blue team is pushing down the top hard, and no team deaths at this point. This has been consistent fighting, but without any deaths. Very good healing by the red team's Rhaegar, and a lot of luck going in. They are going to push for this bruiser camp again and see what they can do. This would be the third time that the blue team had stolen this, the red team's bruiser camp. Nova does see this. Eyes are here, but it's four people, and they do successfully capture that. Nova decoy does go out. Azmodan does try and get some damage, but that bruiser camp is captured. Meanwhile, a shrine has spawned in the middle, and the blue team is converging on its location, already getting some significant damage going out on some of these minion waves. Red team had to clean up some of the waves that were being pushed in, especially from that bruiser camp, but is coming in. It's all 5 of them here. Looks like we are going to see a large team fight. Precision strike coming out, hitting the healer there. Tychus, meanwhile, just walking through, out of position, dying. We do lose the Lieutenant Morales on the blue team, so it's 1v1, and it looks like we have lost oh my gosh, it's 2v3. Nova being spotted, that is the real one. Nova goes down, that leaves Azmodan being the only hero left alive, but we only have a Rainer and a Thrall left on the blue team. Azmodan coming in, trying to push in, trying to be a bully, seeing that the blue team is low on health, is low on mana. Will they be able to get this kill? Looks like the route was successful. Chain Lightning coming in, and they are able to kill Azmodan. That is the entire red team destroyed. 3 members, meanwhile, of the blue team were down. Blue team's still down almost an entire level, but it does look like with 38 out of 40 minions that they are going to be able to get this camp very easily. Rainer, at the same time, is just hanging on by a thread. Really incredible that he was able to survive. Thrall coming in, maybe going to push with this Punisher being basically the only person from the blue team. See what they can do, just getting some vision in. It is a mortar Punisher, so they are going to take out that minion wave very easily. Tychus coming in, getting some damage, using their abilities to try and take out this Punisher. This is a 16-minute Punisher, so it is going to take a little bit more damage to take out, but that Precision Strike does take almost half of that health. They do pull it in, so if you get some sight on this, it will jump over the wall and it will take damage from 3 different towers as well as your keep, and it looks like they were able to do that and destroy it before it was even able to get a fort. So that went down very quickly. Meanwhile, blue team coming in, trying to press their advantage here. Red team hitting level 20, so they do have their ultimate talents, and red team does not, but blue team was able to push in, was able to get a fort on the bottom. Looks like Thrall pinging for retreat, but the rest of the team coming in. Is Rainer's going down. Lieutenant Morales is taking some damage, is maybe out of position. Sylvanas might be able to take out Lieutenant Morales. We do have the rest of the blue team coming in trying to defend. Red team coming in hard. Sylvanas in the back, out of position. Are they going to be able to escape? They do have the laser from Azmodan getting in some damage. That is going to be incredibly close, but it does look like the blue team Sylvanas is down. That is 3 members of the enemy team who are down to only 1 member of the red team. But it does look like that was enough to get the blue team their level 20 talent. So everyone is on the same talent tier. Sylvanas flying in, trying to get some damage, but being rebuffed by the blue team's Thrall, getting out of there, barely just escaping with her life, trying to go through the bottom. Nova coming in, trying to protect her, using a precision strike. Thrall does take significant damage from that and is taken out. Karazim, now facing a 1v2, is just going to hop on his tiger and run away. And this all well, a 17-minute shrine comes in. So blue team is just down. They only have 2 members. Red team is already here and they have 4 members ready to go. Azmodan is pushing out this camp in the middle. They do have their level advantage still, so they are still level 21, and it looks like any second now they are going to do. Blue team saying that they still can win even though they're down, feeling some positivity. But red team is coming in. Looks like they are going to start on this shrine. Azmodan and Tychus here doing some damage, getting some minions in. They already have 5 going. The Hyperion coming out from Rainer, starting off this, trying to zone them out. Tychus has the laser focused on Rainer, which is just going to take him out. No one's taking care of this, and it's going to also get the Lieutenant Morales. However, we did see the Tychus on the red team fall. Laser coming out from Azmodan on the Karazim. Karazim is going to go down. THRALL being the only member of the blue team who is still alive. That looks like it is going to be a team wipe almost for the blue team. Red team is going to just sit here and they are going to take this Punisher. Blue team feeling some discouragement. Looks like THRALL is just giving up on that, not going in on a 1v4 situation, but is going to try and maybe take this camp again. This camp has just been the blue team's the entire game. Meanwhile, the Arcane Punisher, which is going to do a ton of damage. This is a 19-minute Arcane Punisher with an Azmodan wave. Looks like they are going to also get the Siege Camp at the bottom. This should take care of this keep because the entire blue team is down except for THRALL, who is still focused up here on this blue camp. Are they going to be able to do it? Is Rhaegar going to be able to see it? Looks like THRALL's coming in, is able to capture it, and is now hearthing back. Meanwhile, the blue team is starting to respond. They are starting to come in and get some damage, but at this point, their keep is basically down. Red team really could have pushed core, I think, with this and gotten some significant core damage. Could have possibly ended the game, but looks like instead they're focused on pushing out the minion waves, leaving blue team to just take out this Punisher, focus on that, and they're not even going to get through the shields on this core. Maybe those will, maybe these rotating lasers, but it doesn't look like. They did not get any core damage at all. They just damaged the shields. Azmodan is pushing into the middle, does have his generals pushing in, empowering this minion wave, and the red team was able to get this siege camp, which is going to just push in on the middle keep. So pressure is coming in. We do have full lanes coming in, trying to get some keep damage, but we do have a team fight here in the middle with the red team Sylvanas going down, 3 of the enemy team going down, the blue team Sylvanas going down. Tychus just out of position, just couldn't take it there, and it looks like this might be a Nova decoy, and that is going to be almost the entire keep, almost the entire red team down for just 1 kill, and that does mean that there's an advantage now for the blue team. One Nova is down here. She does see the THRALL, but is she going to go in? Is she going to do anything? THRALL, meanwhile, noticing that everyone is down, is trying to go and get some siege camp, is going down here to the bottom. Nova just ignoring the THRALL. Does see the Karazim here, is going to reveal herself with a snipe, and Karazim does see that that is the Nova. Chasing after Nova, but she cloaks and she's out of there. THRALL, meanwhile, is focusing on this siege camp at the bottom, and it looks like he might be able to do that. Cleaning out some of the waves. This bottom wave was really pushing in there, and we do have a shrine coming in at 21 minutes and 48 seconds. This is going to be an incredibly powerful shrine. All of the enemy, or all of the red team and the blue team are up. Blue team has a little bit better position down here on the map, so when we look at them coming into the shrine, they're already here. Meanwhile, red team is having to come through the top. They are sort of coming in spread. Rhaegar is coming in from the bottom, is alone in this wave. Karazim does see him, trying to get some damage on him, see what he can do. He is going to actually maybe keep their healer out of the fight, making for the red team here. Looks like we have a precision strike hitting 2 members of the blue team. Tychus getting some damage on the Lieutenant Morales, but Raynor is just pushing on that. Tychus is going to be able to heal through that. Nova is revealed. Raynor coming in, getting some damage, but the blue team does have some heroes who are very low on health, including Karazim, who is just hanging on by a thread. Rhaegar coming in his Spirit Wolf form, fully healed. That looks like the Nova is down, but we are going to lose the Raynor on the blue team. Rhaegar just out of position, just sitting right in the middle of the blue team and taking significant amount of damage. That is leaving the Azmodan being the only one, but he is stunned by THRALL and taken out by Sylvanas. That is a wipe. That is a wipe at 23 minutes for the red team. Meanwhile, only 1 member of the blue team is down, and looks like blue team is going to push core. THRALL is already working his way in there. The Punisher, Frozen Punisher, which isn't going to be the strongest, but it is 23 minutes into the game, so it is going to be very hard. THRALL coming in, trying to get some core damage. The entire enemy team is down for the next 4 seconds, working on the core. We do have a lane with 2 catapults coming in from the top. That's from earlier. That damage came out at 5 minutes in. If you remember, they were able to take some significant damage on the keep. Blue team is coming in, but two members of the red team have spawned. Tychus trying to get some damage. Sylvanas trying to get some damage, trying to push this back. Getting some damage on the Lieutenant Morales, trying to take out the blue team's healer. Looks like they weren't able to get that 7-sided strike, coming out and taking out Sylvanas. Meanwhile, the Punisher doesn't actually get a chance to take out Tychus because that is good game for the blue team coming in at the last minute. That team wipe was huge. That team wipe was massive. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this match of Heroes of the Storm. This is Quick Match Heroes, and we will have more of this content on the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more from my channel. And until next time, I'm Grishno, and I'll see you later.